today, but for one team, at least the dream of the arena will remain alive as we jump into Nuke and kickstart with Grayhound on the T side, which seems to be their favorite side after yesterday evening.
Yeah, just rolling with the Wolfpack approach. 5 sets of armor. A lot of players in uppers here on the CT side. Close setup with the dualies for kRaSnaL and already a player close to door.
Inns looks like he's going to be the first man in and first man out. Headshots come through from two of the Monte players, and that is not very much followed up by Grayhound. Couple of trades toward the back end there. Alistair's done well for a double, but he will need another one of those to win the round.
He's going to call the audible, head back towards the backside of lobby. Maybe thinking about rotating through outside, but rather just cutting sound and maybe trying to bait out a push into door from one of the CTs, or one of the CTs kind of getting a little bit restless. Once you get into the XVX situations on Nuke, there's far too many angles for you to hold. Monte feeling quite comfortable to exactly this, just play a crossfire around the bomb. Alistair, wouldn't be surprised to see him wait another 20-30 seconds, make them maybe worried about some kind of wrap over towards ladder base and sneak up heaven or through ramp side perhaps.
Well, he's going to get that peek from one and the headshot through as well. He knows there's someone on top of hut now as well. So a bit of information going over to Alistair, which will make this one potentially a winnable. Tough ask still, and it looked good for a moment, but bro, with that headshot, is going to finish it off, and pistol round does go the way of Monte.
Very difficult angle to be taking, shooting upwards. Always difficult to hit that clean headshot that he actually needed, because you're shooting a lot of the time through the body of the CT, through the legs of the CT. You're not really going to be able to get that crisp one-tap that you would be able to connect on a horizontal angle. Nice read from Monte. Heavily stacked in the uppers bomb side. They knew exactly what Grayhound was going to be throwing at them that round, and they were able to, despite some fight back from Grayhound, despite some nice entries, close out that pistol in the 2-on-1. Now the full eco from Grayhound. They didn't get the bomb plant.
It's going to be a nicely timed smoke.
Oh, it's a little deep. That's not really where you'd probably want it to be for bro. I'm not sure, though. That may allow the Ts to actually scale out through close ramp side. Of course, though, not being involved in the scrim results and things like that.
In the end, they don't really take advantage of it. They do start to move as it fades, and they now do have control of ramp room and ladder base. So, fair bit of room to work here for Grayhound, but the weaponry's just not there, is it? And they're going to try and take that fight on outer. No kill for the M4A1S, and just Glocks not really causing much of a problem right here for Monte. Started to get a bit messy there, but was fixed up in the end, and that's the perfect start to the map for Monte, isn't it?
It is. I really like the way they maneuvered around to deal with that anti-eco, just backing each other up on Annex side, allowing the Ts to kind of move around wherever they wanted, and then just, you know, play the favorable angles, bait them into these crossfires. Round 3 bye here for Grayhound, unsupported by many bomb plants or really many kills in the early portions of this game, is going to somewhat limit their util on some of the players. Couple of MP9s here on the CT side, though, might necessitate some aggression.
Yeah, 3 of them, in fact. There's a nade that's just going to tickle Sicko. But Alistair has got a lot of control of outer, and you did talk about that aggression coming through. SDY, he was actually one of the rifling players, so it's interesting to see that he was the one to look for that play, but has now been taken down, and a decent start to the first gun round for Grayhound, which is exactly what they need. Obviously, you go down in the pistol, you don't force buy it, you expect to be down 0 and 2, but here's where they can start to write their own story.
They're heavily set up around outside. This is going to be out as wall of smokes. Alistair lining them up here. And I think it's going to be the close left side smokes from that side, I'm pretty sure. Unless Inns is going to throw one from on top of the truck, if I remember correctly. You're just waiting, biding their time. Grayhound seeing if there's going to be any, you know, further pushes. Oh no, sorry, it's the 2 left side, and then the third one is thrown, I think, by Vexite there. Oh no, they're going to throw one on the cross. That's interesting. I don't think that's what they actually wanted to do there.
No.
From what I've seen in the videos.
Well, I'll talk about it in a second, but either way, Vexite goes down early. Decent trade in there from Grayhound. And you can see that 2-smoke wall of smokes. It's not working out. Warro gets a good spam timing onto Sicko, and we're back down to the 3-on-3. Do already have a member down on that B bomb site for Monte, so does Grayhound opt to reroute back up to A? Certainly not with that Molotov toward the vent. Needs to at least be a good shot in there from Grayhound, and in fact there's 2. Inns and Alistair both hitting the headshot, and just bro now trying to hold on with the MP9. It seems unlikely. Plant's going to go down. 10 seconds left on the clock, and well, is there another little bit of a quirk in this round as Liaz drops? Flash into Decon, M4 upgrade, 15 bullets, won't matter with Alistair hitting that headshot. And here's what I want to say, Pilsky, with that smoke. I wonder if they've done the double smoke, which is the new sort of set wall of smokes for Outer on Nuke, and then thrown that extra smoke for the cross in case someone nades the double smoke. Does that make sense?
Maybe. That might be a thing. I kind of wonder. Be interesting to pick their brain about that. Regardless, though, Monte from that pseudo bonus, couple of MP9s, they've taken a fair few guns away from Grayhound. Grayhound only surviving with 2 players. So the economy definitely in the balance for both teams. This is going to actually end up being a pretty decent swing round early on in this game here. Grayhound, again, heavily towards outside. A lot of smokes invested. They've smoked Secret off. I don't know if that was intended. Yeah, they've definitely missed a smoke there, or one smoke's hit a Molotov or something like that. Or not quite hit a Molotov, and that's going to be punishing for them. SDY poking around the aircon, and then Waro inside of the smoke! Alistair able to trade him out, but now multiple man disadvantage for Grayhound. They're kind of panicking. Alistair's sprinting through lower, trying to make something happen here.
Oh, he's got the bomb, so if he can win this duel against Bro, then maybe there's a world. The flash, it looked good. It doesn't seem to have caught Bro, though. And so just ins now to try to do what he was doing all day yesterday against G2. Couple of clutches for him. A very near miss in a 1-on-4 as well. Can he at least make this one expensive for Monte? Headed in the right direction with that Molotov to force a couple of those CTs away from the double doors.
Creeping around. See if we can isolate a duel with one of these CTs and catch one of them. Pushing a little too far. Door is open, so Ins will smoke that off. Getting flanked from Secret side now. Net slowly closing in around him, and Demka's got him dead to right. 3 alive for Monte. And Grayhound, that is unacceptable. Key piece of missed util in a critical round like that. Not only does that missed smoke provide an angle to SDY on aircon, but it also provides a wall of smoke for Waro to sit inside of in Secret. Multi-pronged disaster.
Yeah, we'll have to keep a really close eye on that. Didn't really notice too much missed util in the game yesterday against G2 for Grayhound. So maybe there was a Molotov involved for Monte there?
I don't see how... Yeah, I don't see how that would have been a molly issue, but maybe it was, who knows. Ins, he's just in carry mode this event, isn't he? Especially after his game yesterday, playing with confidence, just goes and peeks kRaSnaL out of the door.
Just needs someone else to step up behind Ins. I think that's the really key difference maker for this Grayhound roster. Ins is having such a great performance at the moment.
Hold on.
There's another one for him as he gets that headshot onto Bro. It's a 1-for-2 trade overall for the round.
Alistair's got his hands on an AK now. And the CT's just got too many angles to hold. You can see SDY trying to have a little bit of a look on outside, but he's worried about the route from elbow. Demka trying to keep a look on outside. Waro currently in lowers on windows. There's definitely an avenue to just walk out onto the upper side here for Grayhound, but very difficult to read that.
Vexite's being patient. If he could find this pick as Demka starts to walk back into Annex, then that'll be where things might start to get interesting, but just holding for the push. And of course, there's no push yet to come. So when does Vexite start to get active? When does Grayhound start to get active? I like that they've slowed this round down. Sicko's been able to retrieve an AK. He's full HP.
Walking into uppers is definitely the play here. Vexite on the late lurk around. Demka's angling in towards Annex though.
Timing on Vexite's push is going to be imperative, and as of yet hasn't started to move. Demka's got multiple angles to watch. Here's the time for striking, and Vexite can't quite do it. SDY doubling down. The round that looked so possible for Grayhound has fallen apart, 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, Vexite, a very rough performance yesterday against G2. And again, the opening start to this game of Nuke against Monte hasn't managed to get on the board. His kill on outside from T-Red could have... won that round for Grayhound. That was the critical swing kill in my mind to set them up in a post plan on uppers. Demka should never be allowed to get away with this. Just multiple body shots with the Deagle.
Yep, 2 body shots, no headshots, and that's unfortunately not enough for Grayhound. But back into the Buyers Club, so a better opportunity in this round than the previous.
Yeah, they took some guns away. Keeping this one in the balance.
Got to remember, though, that their CT side was a real struggle yesterday, and even In said that their CT sides have been a bit problematic internationally in an interview that he did with Taffy, I saw. So
SDY trying to one-tap player top silo. Grayhound, initial patience in this round. They've thrown a lurk smoke to front side of door, but kRaSnaL's been keeping a keen eye on any movements through that part of the map. Here come the outside smokes with their smoke into warehouse here. Deep smoke on top of Annex does spread vertically downwards now.
Seen that one. That's nice. Nade into the smoke from Monte to try to get a bit of extra vision, but it's not going to happen. There too as well for kRaSnaL. Doesn't see too much, but they're getting so many timing kills through the smoke so far, Monte, that it is really disrupting Grayhound's plans. And it's actually Sicko twice that's been dealt with in that fashion. SDY walking around on outer, getting away with that. It's not a good sign for Grayhound.
He's just continuing the aggression as well. Wants to send a message and win a very clean gun round. Vertical flick from SDY. Very impressive shot. What a 4K.
Yeah.
Running straight up secret. Absolute demolition from Monte in that round. And what a great round for the CT economy. Not only are they up 5-1, but they are pretty much set for the rest of this half.
Yeah. Gonna be a tough one. Gonna be a tough one. But then again, let's be real, Grayhound never does it easily.
Early timeout here. Got to have a bit of a chat. I didn't mind their approach in that last round. You know, wall of smokes across outside. But that's where this new meta is definitely changing things up. You can't rely on these smokes anymore. It's more so about, yes, you throw the smokes, but you have to understand the timings and be able to be a little bit more adaptive in the min round, a little bit more reactive. Create yourself some opportunities. And so far it's been Monte who's been much better at that.
Fast play into the A site from Grayhound, and that doesn't look like it's going to go very well at all. The nade coverage is too good. Just the one kill for Vexite. Rounds over in a flash.
A quick anti-eco. 4 alive again for Monte. Like I said, they're set. You know, heading into round number 8, their money is fantastic. And for Grayhound, you know, pivoting to just go on salvage duty at this point, really, as far as this half's concerned. See what rounds they can scrape together towards the tail end of it to try to keep this game competitive. Another quick one straight into upper after the Tech 9 rush. Nice entry from Inns, but traded by Demka, who does far too much damage.
Yeah, Vexite has been able to at least chime in with one more onto SDY to salvage it back into the 2-on-2. Where's the bomb dropped? Is that in the middle of the A site? I think it might be. Liaz is making a bit of noise here. Bro seemed ready for it. Sprays wildly and recalibrates. Oh, it's a tight affair at the moment. Warro's on the push. Vexite looks like he's watching for that. Won't quite get the clean kill that he's looking for. And the shot misses from Warro as well. So scrambling through that smoke is going to keep Vexite alive, and he'll be able to retrieve the bomb. Molly off Hut, and they should at least now be able to get that bomb plant down.
One bullet in the AWP.
One bullet's not going to be enough. Has missed it again onto Liaz. Liaz and Vexite getting away with a little bit. They've got to surely be able to win this one on 2. The double peak. And both end up falling back. Liaz sacrificing a lot of his life, and that
Molly
could put him down to 1 HP. Vexite's going to have to swing. The shots are just everywhere at the moment. I can't believe what I'm watching, but Liaz, he's still alive. He's waiting for that push. There's
one
a defuse kit, and Liaz clutches it out for Grayhound.
Christ.
But fuck me.
That just took way too much. The nerves. It's unreal right now for Grayhound.
Right. You know, okay, here's one thing I need to tell you guys. As a caster, right, you want to ramp into the round, right? Yeah. I don't have anywhere left to go, and I'm still casting like 45 seconds left of a clutch, you know? It's just, what is going on? That was a round.
Yeah, look, it took a lot of guns away from Grayhound. Opening 2 kills here for Monte. They are just so aggressive on this CT side, giving Grayhound absolutely no room to work with.
Well, In's up to some new tricks. I would say his usual tricks, but actually he has shifted over to the wing of this Grayhound roster semi-recently. And I think individually that's been quite successful for him. Not sure it's made too much of a change for the success of Grayhound as a team. There's going to be a smoke for
Unbreakable,
which is going to stop Monte from getting a bit of info on outer, but They've got
Seems
someone...
to be a new variation that's come in. Smoke to Unbreakable, the smoke top annex with a warehouse smoke, Molly credit card. It's not a variation that we saw in Go. 3-on-5. Monte giving Grayhound ladder room. When you're in these positions as a CT side, you just play together, you play safe positions, crossfires, give up, map control, and play around it.
It is going to be a 2-on-3 down on the B-bomb site, though, so if the first kill goes the way of Grayhound, maybe there's still a chance of making some clean entries, which is what they need. Smokes for decon and for control room, but SDY, he's doing a lot of damage here and gets rid of Inns as well. Just a bit too sharp for Grayhound there. Will also leave Bro untouched, unseen. Alistair would need to do something very special. It was Bro, excuse me, that got the double on the back end there, but it's the same old for Monte. Very solid round win.
Aggression as well, they're just not letting Grayhound have any room on this T side, as I mentioned before. Getting in their face. You know, these Monte players, so individually skilled, so capable of multi-fragging. And it doesn't feel like that's something Grayhound are able to deal with. They are back down on the half bar. This is the issue with that last clutch round just coming down so close. And this is something we actually talked to Inns about, you know, in the podcast as well, is, you know, when you scrape through so many rounds so often, you just have nothing left in the tank economically to fight for these close games.
Yep, Hero AK buy for Grayhound. Let's see what Inns can do with it. Already down to 52 HP. You've got Liaz that can potentially pick that AK back up. He's got a little bit of body armor at least. But there's just nothing in this round for Grayhound. Vexite's got one smoke. What's that going to get you? I don't know, maybe a cheeky bomb plan if you can get into one of the sides, but that's really going to come off the back of
It's just going to have
kills.
to be deagle shots. It's going to have to be some sharp shooting from the lads. So far, not really making inroads anywhere. Spread across the map, lobby, outside. Having a look into hard, outdoor. Not really a whole lot on offer from Monte. Borrow, when he finally peaks, he's good for it. In's another entry, though.
Gonna need another one. And he's really starting to burn through that HP. HP as a resource for Inns. It is starting to run out. Zemko gets another one onto Vexite, and Inns is waiting to see if there's going to be the mistake from the CT side, looking for a bit of information, but he's only got 30 seconds to play with here, so he can only be so patient.
Liaz is in lower.
Ooh, okay. Inns? Oh, you had the sense that he might do it again.
Liaz has cleared all of lower, but there's no way for the bomb to make it in time.
Inns is trying to make Liaz is trying to make as much noise as he possibly can to draw some rotates across, and Alistair hoping that maybe he can walk in through Annex. Liaz! Oh, he gets lucky, but he doesn't get lucky enough. Still,
Alistair's got time.
He's put Warrow down to one shot worth of HP, and Alistair might be able to find another clutch for his side. He escapes into hut. The Molotov nearly undid his plans, and Warrow down to a sliver of HP. Ali has let him across the rafters, though. But doesn't need to do too much. He's waiting to hear where that drop is going to come from. Has now been smoked off, but should fairly reliably be able to spam the bomb if the defuse does come through. And I think Warrow might have played himself a little bit here. Time is going to be a problem for him. Taps on in. It was a fake. Alistair, you're going to have to go through the smoke now. Surely not letting this round go. 7-3. It's not quite passable yet for Grayhound. But
And again, it's just hero play after hero play for Inns. He's the one who creates the space to make this round work. Liaz recognizing the space to push down lower. That's really cheeky to flank up Megaton there. Missed shot from Warrow, gathers the information and puts him low enough for Alistair to convert this clutch. Alistair also understanding that Liaz picking that player ramp is going to pull the rotation from that upper side anchor who was tucked in Rafter, I believe. So great understanding for Grayhound about the push and pull effect of the rotations and where certain kills across the map are going to pull some of the other CT rotators. It's something that they are a class above our domestic competition and at doing. But obviously internationally, players of this caliber who participate at an event like IEM Sydney are all quite adept at doing so. Money on the CT side starting to run a little thin, and I think Monte recognized that should this round not go well, look, the buy in round 12 is not going to be fantastic, so winning a round like this, quite critical to just put your foot on the throat of Grayhound. Don't let them come back to a 7-5 scoreline and make it a more competitive game on that CT side. If you can win this round, guarantee yourself a bye in the next. You're really setting yourself up a nice runway for a 9-3.
That's true, but it is such an uphill battle still for Grayhound. Even if they were to get to 7-5, we saw how tough they had it on the CT side yesterday against G2. I have got to be honest, it doesn't fill me with a whole lot of confidence that if they take it to 5, that they can actually win out on the CT side. Pistol round as well is going to be super important in that second half for Grayhound. So we just have to wait and see how these last 2 rounds of the first half are going to play out, and then we can start to get a bit of a better idea of what to expect in the second. Demka are going to get aggressive again. Monte have liked this hut push.
After attack timeout as well. Mix in a bit of aggression, can definitely catch a team off guard after a bit of a lull. Grayhound not interested in getting caught by any tricks though. Quite passive play from everyone. Sitting right back in lobby, anticipating aggression through outside. Holding a lot of their grenades. The longer this round goes on, you know, Greyhound's going to find themselves in a position where they do have a bit of a utility advantage that they can use. Here's this progression smoke once again for Unbreakable, and actually coupled with a second smoke that's been dropped over there next to the blue bin, so nice little util set there from Alistair. Oh, creep out door on the timing contact play.
Oh, swings coming in on upper. The Heaven player has been spotted. kRaSnaL now as well. He's under so much pressure, but he's delivering. Demka helping out as well. Trades are through, but not enough for Grayhound. And Demka's position in hut, a problem. Liaz gets timed on the Molotov. Ins again in the clutch. How many times do we have to ask for something magical from the in-game leader of Grayhound? Doesn't have time to work with this time around. Smoke's going to fade SDY. That is an angle that is going to be tough to check for Ins, but he will and won't win the duel.
2 alive for Monte. Again, going to put them in a position where the buy is not fantastic, most likely, but better than it would have been had they lost that round on the 1900 loss bonus. Look, Grayhound found a nice timing to creep out there onto upper, but just not clean enough at clearing out hut. They needed that extra player wrapping into hut side. Demka got away with a lot there, playing the pivot position. Last round of the half. Full buy for both teams. Quicker one straight into ramp, similar to what we saw from Grayhound against G2,
yes.
but similar because Bro is just doing damage to all of these Ts as they rush straight through ramp. Nice trade on the elbow player.
Oh, the gun. Did they see the gun? Surely they've seen it. They have. But SDY is still able to trade and keep the numbers effective enough for Monte. Grayhound, though, are into the B site. They don't have control of it. Bomb plant in the middle of nowhere. kRaSnaL won't quite be able to deny the bomb plant, but he does get Sicko, and Vexite dropped in the middle of that smoke. So again, it's on to Ins. 1v3 this time. God, he's good. But he has another one-on-one, and Demka's position is found out. The shots are so good from Ins. How many times does he have to do it? Oh, I don't know, but 4th round for Grayhound as we head into the second half. Righto, welcome back to Grayhound and Monte. I know that last round of the half was pretty exciting if you were watching there. Inns picking up a huge clutch, but don't get excited yet. We got a couple of things to touch on. Poor start for Grayhound in almost every single round of that half. They only won 3 opening duels out of 12. And it came down to 3 clutch rounds. 1 from Inns, 1 from Alistair, 1 from Liaz to even get 3 of the 4 rounds that Grayhound won. Far and away, Monte has looked like the better team. Can Grayhound change things up in the second half? Pistol round is going to be all important for them.
Yeah, better individuals as well, just stifling CT side from Monte. See if that continues. That same aggression, that same decisiveness on the T side here. A lot of players on outside. Great movement from Bro, but he's run into multiple CTs here. Still getting away with quite a lot. Finally put down by Alistair, which gives Grayhound the man advantage, but the T's starting to reroute into lower. Demka on the lurk through door.
Yeah, his timing will be important. In seems to be expecting something on the upper side of the map, but the bomb plant has gone down on B, so Grayhound are going to have to get a wriggle on. They don't have a defuse kit, but they do have a molly and a flash. Demka's timing is looking pretty good, and it's maybe not even going to come into play because Inns has died to kRaSnaL in the vent. So, numbers starting to swing back in the favor of Monte. Vexite won't be able to get himself a kill onto SDY either. And it's now down to the 2-on-2, and I've got to say, SDY is just picking Grayhound apart. It's on to Alistair, but he has no time, even if he gets this kill. That's a Molotov from the CT side, by the way. That was the Molotov that was dropped by Grayhound. Not that it would have mattered. No time for the defuse there for Grayhound, and it is a pistol for Monte. So second half going about the same way as the first.
Grayhound were well set up for this and found themselves at a man advantage, but exactly like you said, SDY is just on another level right now. CT side performance was immaculate, and he continues hitting the same sharp shots over here on this T side, and that T pistol is going to be a bitter pill for Grayhound to swallow. They're going to have to take a single save, allow Monte to move towards double digits. Quick run straight across outside. Rifle is just taking duels. Well, this time the smoke actually didn't spread into Annex. There. That's a lot of dinks. A lot of dinks, a lot of damage. Only 1 rifle hitting the deck, though, and it's pretty unretrievable out there in Warehouse.
We've got 3 players down on the lower side of the map for Grayhound. I wonder if they're just going to go for that creep in from Secret. Timing on that might not be too bad if they just walk in now. It is being watched by Bro, but do you expect another couple of members? Well, apparently they do, because Monte were watching and have dealt with it pretty comfortably in the end. Now it's just Sicko who is going to be wandering around on outer. Thinking about his life, thinking about what's going on, what's for lunch. Ooh, headshot. No more than that, though.
4 alive for Monte. I think economically they've kind of been on top of Grayhound this entire game. They've constantly been winning pretty clean rounds. Any rounds that Grayhound have been winning predicated off the back of clutches for the most part, coming down to close XVXs. Luckily, before they were on the T side, a little bit more forgiving economically. CT side, they cannot afford that. As we look at the utility in the opening gun round, it's not a pretty sight for the CT side, Jordan.
No, it is not. 3 rounds away, Monte, from taking Grayhound's map away from them. If you haven't been keeping up with Counter-Strike, we're looking for 13 now instead of 16.
Going to be the main man on the outside. A very important position on Nuke, given the smoke changes in CS2. Probably one of the main positions that you can actually, have some room for individual expression and playing around the smokes to have impact. So you wouldn't want to be seeing anyone else out there for Grayhound. STY's floating around out there for Monte, though, and the way he's looking, I'd be scared of peeking this man. Molly the Secret, progression smoke over onto Annex for Monte as they start to take some more space on outside.
Oh, Inns! Timing didn't quite go well for him, but he still has actually managed to recalibrate onto SDY and did a fair bit onto Waro as well.
Just a little outside pressure for Monte. Waro's still floating around there with the Krieg, blows the smoke open. Monte, in the meanwhile, though, holding on to lobby control, waiting for the right timing to kick off this upper set play. And finally, Grayhound's utility really starting to dwindle. No grenades left. That door smoke is fading by the second.
Do have 2 or 3 players toward A. Just 2 at the moment as Alice has gone down to ladder base. It does look like it's going to be an A hit. Hut Molly going to come on through. That'll disrupt Liaz. He's going to have to drop. He's been heard. Surely the ticks come through. In fact, it's down the vent into B for Monte. Alistair creeping onto the line. Will not hit the shot. Warrow. I mean, you can see it's planned that Warrow is in that position with the scoped rifle. Grayhound have a tough decision to make here, and it looks like they're going to have to give the round up. Unless Liaz can find kRaSnaL, but not going to happen. And so that'll be another one in the books for Monte.
Orb saved for Vexite is one of the only silver linings, really, but you can hear kRaSnaL. kRaSnaL can hear everything, rather. He hears all the footsteps falling away. Making some of his own, though. Sure that will have maybe been heard by the CT side. Unfortunately, Vexite does go down. He is trading it and probably able to pick up this orb here. See if he's able to get that at the end of the round, but only one gun surviving. With Monte applying the press quite heavily now. Only so many more opportunities for error here for Grayhound on their map pick. And I don't think most people will be too surprised at the way that this is going. Monte has been a class act team over the last little bit, and particularly at Pro League, turning a lot of heads. He's actually a force here, and the AWP was not saved by Liaz.
Well, Alistair didn't last long anyway. Inns has a cheeky little angle here, which will be good for one only. Did seem like a bit of a one-and-done type position, and the spacing just too good for Monte to get away with something like that. Nade's going to go into the smoke here. Vexite, still tucked in the corner, is okay. You can see the ease at which Monte moves through the map, though, and think about how much Grayhound had to grind tooth and nail to get any space on the T side. That's nice from Liaz.
Aggression through Secret here. That timing could be quite influential in this round, but with the Molotov into Secret, that's actually going to give a little bit of a safety net for kRaSnaL to fall back. Warrow on the lurk straight through ramp. There are so many little individual timings that can change how this round plays out.
Okay, they've cleared out lobby. At least they think they've cleared out lobby. Liaz might well get a bit of an awkward timing here. Oh!
What is that movement from Demka? That's insane.
He's jumped off the ladder, flown in like Batman, and said, "What's up, Liaz?"
Justice.
The name's Demka, the name's Justice.
The worst Batman voices ever.
I'm Batman.
Oh, that was something.
I feel like we need to choose a better superhero, because Carrigan's already Batman.
Can you do Aussie Batman, though?
I'm Batman, cunt.
Oh, sicko. 1v3. Not even going to attempt it. Wants to hold on to the rifle. Was a force buy. Desperation force buy from Grayhound in this last round, but let's be real. As you mentioned, heading in from the halftime break, Grayhound got 4 last round, 3 of them predicated off the back of clutches. It's been 0 rounds this half. This has not been a close game whatsoever. Monte waltz in their way straight through this game. Absolutely max chilling like whatever's sitting on the top of SDY's monitor.
Time to start thinking about Anubis. Grayhound have not had a particularly fantastic outing today so far on their map choice.
Gonna take another timeout, have a bit of a chat about things, but let's be real. Come back, not going to be easy. That was sick from Demka. Crazy movement. The way the models are as well, the more difficult you can make yourself to hit, the better. Grayhound, I mean, yeah, very low percentage comeback in this game of Nuke. Might even be thinking about Anubis at this point, to be honest.
Yep. All right. Couple of MP9s, couple of M4s, and an AK standing between Monte and a map 1 victory. And Monte will just take a bit of a slower approach this round. Bomb's still in T-spawn. Sure, kRaSnaL maybe picking up some extra grenade or something like that, but it'll give Grayhound a little bit more respite. Not for too long though, as Inns will lose his life through a blown open smoke.
Monte, another man advantage. As you mentioned before, a lot of opening doors being won by them. Quite comfortable in this 5v4. Really up to Grayhound to make the next move, try to turn this situation around. That's a nice trade back from Vexite with the double HUD aggression.
Yeah, Monte don't seem particularly worried about that at all, though. They've been playing a fairly slow T-side so far, as it is. And more than happy to just weight that timer down a little bit. Unsettled Grayhound, who are still holding on to a little bit of util here. Vexite's got a fair bit. He was just up toward A. He's still there.
Re-smoke door, 30 seconds to go. That's going to make Monte a little unsettled.
Okay, Liaz. There's a good one onto Demka. And maybe we'll get to see another round out of Grayhound. Let's find out. Oh, Vexite finds a nice timing onto Warrow.
10 seconds, they don't have time to go low. Ah, Vexite finally putting something together. Might be a bit of warm-up for Anubis at this point, but it was something with the MP9 this round. Nice little multi-frag for him. He's very critical. I mean, he was missing against G2 and they almost got it across the line. If he can get himself closer to the level of form that we've seen at these international tournaments for Grayhound, then he's going to be a great tool, but he's really just been missing here in Sydney. Might have been the rough flight, you know.
Yeah, long flight.
From Melbourne.
Long flight. I don't know, man. Obviously, I'd like to see Grayhound get a little bit of confidence before going into Anubis. I'm not expecting them to win this map from here, but it's, you know, what the sad thing is, it's almost that once they hit 12 there, Grayhound starts to play with freedom. They start to play a little bit more confidently. They think, okay, well, game's already over. Let's just kind of do things. And Alex are starting to hit some nice shots there. Vexite's doing the same. They actually looked, unironically, a little bit more threatening in the last couple of rounds. Maybe I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but Grayhound maybe just in their shells a little bit at this event, with the exception of Inns.
Monte just going to walk towards ramp side. Bit of a contact play in the XVX. They've got a man advantage, just keep trading down players until you end up in a post plant. Vexite's found a nice kill once again in the mid round though onto Bro.
No one on lower.
Continues. All missed grenades.
Vexite's been able to get down there pretty quickly, and there is no smoke for Decon at the moment, but planting behind the pillar, kRaSnaL does mean Monte will get the bomb down. Sicko's timing needing to be pretty good here. Vexite as well, looking to creep his way out. Oh, he spots the feet, but he doesn't get the shots. Demka is going to survive, get up onto rafters. Grayhound are running out of opportunities and options, though they do have 3 kits. They're going to have to filter their way through from Decon, and that is like shooting fish in a barrel for Monte. Sicko has to do something special and can't. 13-5 is the score. We all knew where that was headed. Monte took them 1 round longer than they might have hoped it to, but a very decisive victory today against Grayhound, and it's pats all around. Everyone's happy. High fives. Bum pats for the boys. I don't know if they do that where they're from.